Margaret Fielding had always been meticulous. As a child, her dolls were perfectly dressed and arranged. As a teenager, her notebooks were color-coded and spotless. As a mother, this trait amplified. To Margaret, life was a series of pictures, and she wanted every moment to look flawless, especially for her daughter, Claire. Claire was the light of Margaret's life. From the moment Claire was born, Margaret had imagined every milestone, her first steps, her first day of school, and, of course, her wedding day. Margaret had always dreamed of a wedding that would be the epitome of elegance, with Claire as the radiant centerpiece. When Claire got engaged to her longtime boyfriend, Michael, Margaret was overjoyed. The wedding planning began immediately, and Margaret dove into it like a general preparing for battle. She coordinated florists, caterers, and decorators, all while maintaining a detailed spreadsheet of every task. But one aspect of the wedding became Margaret's obsession: the dress code. Its tradition, Margaret explained one evening as she and Claire reviewed the guest list. The bride must wear white. It's a symbol of purity, of joy, of new beginnings. And to preserve that tradition, no one else can wear white. Claire, who had always been more easygoing than her mother, raised an eyebrow. "Mum, I'm pretty sure most people know not to wear white to a wedding. It's kind of an unspoken rule." "Unspoken is not enough," Margaret declared, tapping her pen against the table. "I'm including a note in the invitations. Please refrain from wearing white or ivory to the ceremony. This color is reserved for the bride. It's important, Claire. You should be the only one shining that day." Claire sighed, but didn't argue. She knew better than to try to dissuade her mother. The invitations went out, each bearing Margaret's carefully worded dress code. The message was clear: white was off limits to everyone but the bride. As the wedding day approached, whispers about Margaret's rule began circulating among the guests. Some found it amusing, others thought it was over the top. Claire's Aunt Linda, a free spirit with a penchant for pushing boundaries, laughed when she read the note. "Does Margaret really think she can control what people wear?" Linda said to her husband. "I'm tempted to show up in white, just to see the look on her face." But most guests complied. The venue, a sprawling vineyard surrounded by rolling hills, was breathtaking. Margaret, dressed in a deep emerald gown, surveyed the scene with satisfaction. Claire was the last to arrive, stepping out of the bridal car in her white gown. She was stunning, her dress simple yet elegant, with delicate lace sleeves. Margaret's eyes filled with tears as she watched her daughter walk toward the chapel. This was the moment she had dreamed of for years. The ceremony was perfect. As Claire and Michael exchanged vows, the guests looked on with smiles and teary eyes. Even Aunt Linda, who had chosen a pale pink dress, seemed moved.